Well, welcome everyone to Social Saturday Chat Live. And
Felipe, before you continue, can you check also on LinkedIn to make sure it is live?
say that one more time.
We're
Can you
we're
make sure?
live. We're live.
We're
We are
live.
live.
Yeah, we're live. So welcome everyone to Social Saturday Chat Live. We're here again for another Saturday where we're going to be doing our networking event, and we are looking forward to this networking event where we get a chance to talk about what are you doing on this Saturday, a fun fact about yourself, and who you're looking to connect with. So that is what today's all about. We got our co-host here, and we have people popping in. We got dogs. We have some puppies that might be recovering, and yeah, and then others that are sleeping, like Papa over here. But I'm excited about today's session. There's been a lot going on in the world, and hello to people who already joined us in the chat. It's great to see Leslie Flowers there, and Robin Sykes. Thank you for joining us. Annie. Yes, Kenny, the show's on time. We had technical difficulties last week. Stop hating on the show. Sean, welcome. Great to see you. Meryl Cass, Master Connector, and a huge thank you. You know, Meryl, I gotta give a shout out to Meryl because not only does Meryl always promote, help connect people, but he thinks of others. When he sees something and he reminds him of somebody else or thinks somebody else might benefit, he's always out there sharing. So I just want to say, if you're not connected with Meryl Cass, he is just somebody who is just an amazing soul. You definitely should connect with him. And the benefits you get from it are unexpected. And then John Warner, great to see you as always, my friend. David Pushkin, our LinkedIn radio voice, is here. Bill Rochelle is here. Great to see you, Bill. In case you missed that, he goes by William Rochelle on LinkedIn, but AKA Bill. And who else do we have here? Jackie Hallberg is in the house. Great to see you, Jackie. Chris, great to see you as well. Jameson, Bobby Lee's in the house too. Wow, we got a full house, y'all. And so thank you all for joining us. So we are going to kick it off, and right off the back, if you want to join us up on stage to start networking and tell us what you're doing on this Saturday, a fun fact about yourself, and who are you looking to connect with, go ahead and click the link and join us on stage so we can go ahead and get to know you better, and also a chance for you to promote yourself, whether it's your company, your brand, an opportunity, or you're just looking to build meaningful relationships. So let's go around the room and do some quick introductions and share what we have going on today. For those of you I have not had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Felipe Corfino. I'm an HR executive, a LinkedIn top voice, a author, and a LinkedIn enthusiast who is out there doing what I can to help others the way people have helped me out throughout my career. So I do a show on careers, chaos, and coaching every other Sunday. I do the Workplace Wellness Hour every other Monday, coming up this Monday at 8 p.m. And we're talking about job hugging. If you want to know what that's about, check it out. And then, of course, this wonderful show every Saturday with this amazing crew, Social Saturday Chat. And we're here every single Saturday, consistently for 3+ years, always showing up. Well, except for last Saturday when we had technical difficulties. That was, I think, our only show that we actually missed. But with that being said, as far as what's happening today, it is Saturday here in the Washington, D.C. area. It is bitterly cold. It is 1 degree right now. What is 1 degree in Celsius? I don't know what it is. You know, someone tell me out there, because it is bitterly cold. With the wind chill, it's almost 10 below. All right, with the wind chill. So it is not fun right now. But we have about almost a foot of snow out there, and the plows have plowed the snow onto our yards, which was good for the street, but our yards have these big mounds, and they have a name for it now. Minus 17 degrees Celsius. Thank you, Mac. That's how cold it is here right now. And the snow came, and then ice came and sleet on top of it. And now, because it's been like this temperature below freezing for like 7 days straight, it's turned into what they call snowcrete is the name. So it's like concrete. I can literally walk on top of all the snow in my backyard. I don't crush through the foot of snow. My dog's out there sliding. I'm gonna do some videos because it looks like he's skating. And there's this one great one where he was sliding down the hill, and then his foot got caught in one of the holes of the snow, and he just wiped out. I felt so bad for him, but yeah, that's what's happening here with the snow. It's insane. I will say one last fun fact is don't be afraid to try new things on other platforms. I posted a video about a great hack. If you don't know about this for snowing, you put a tarp down the night before the snow on the areas you want to cover. I do it on my steps on our sidewalk. The snow comes down the next day. I pull the tarp back, and it's perfectly clear. There's no ice. There's no snow. It works wonderfully. I shared that on LinkedIn. It did well. I think I got like 100 likes. I shared it on Instagram, which I'm never on Instagram. Okay, I'm on Instagram to share birthdays, graduations, weddings. That's it. I shared it on there. Would you believe that I got over 100,000 views and 1,500 likes? I'm like, what? And like 98% of them were not even my followers. So it's a weird, fun fact to share that, different things resonate with different platforms. You can't always guarantee that the same thing you do is going to work. But I thought I'd share that. With that being said, I'm going to pass it over to Joel and tell us an introduction and what's going on with you on this Saturday, and then pass it around the room.
Hi, Felipe. Thank you, Felipe. Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Joel. I am an artist. I run my own business around helping change the way diversity is seen in society. And not really a fun fact today, as I told Felipe earlier, but my dog is currently recovering from a pulled or torn muscle tissue in the back leg on the left side. So strict rest and only 10-minute walks is allowed for the next 10 days. Well, now 9 days. And apart from that, which wasn't fun, I'm looking forward to networking with all of you and seeing where the conversation may lead. Sorry, Mac, I nicked your line. Over to Martha. I think we're going up there, and then we're going down again, and then we're going up again.
Thank you so much. So I spoke with Brother Chris just a couple minutes ago before I came live. He's recuperating right now in Louisiana. He was telling me that it's snowing there really bad and it's cold. And he asked me, how's the weather in California? I said, well, it looks like summer right outside. It's nice and sunny and there's no wind. It's just perfect weather. So I'm sending you guys love from all the way from California, okay? And from here. And Teddy's wagging his tail because he wants to go outside now. Right, Teddy? So for friends that don't know me, thank you for joining us. Who am I? If you've connected with me, I've been sharing a lot of posts. For 31 days, I decided to set that up for myself to see how my healing process is, just kind of just share a little bit more about me. Check it out. I've put my findings along the way and the power of community. There's so much strength that comes out of sharing. When you're in a vulnerable state, and just being able to see those doors open up. So just share if you can. And I work with the unhoused community members. I provide volunteer services through Connect Impact Hub. And recently, I have been offered an opportunity. And so next week, we will see how this goes. But in the meantime, in the meantime, it's a pretty big one. In the meantime, I am pushing with being honest about my mental health struggles. And that has opened up doors. So I'm really looking forward to networking with everyone here. And I'll see you guys soon. I'll pass it over to Zion.
All right. Thank you so much, Martha. And happy Saturday, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We see you. We love you. We celebrate you. And thank you for always being with us on a special Saturday like this. And today happens to be the last Saturday of January, and it's our networking event. And for me, I'm looking forward to meet everyone who we have not been connected with on LinkedIn, especially. Well, sorry, my camera is not on today, but I believe you can hear my voice. I wish you can see my smile now. I'm smiling so big because I'm excited to be here. My name is Zion Inogiri of Mr. Positive Energy. I'm joining you from South Nigeria, where it's about 89, 90 degrees Fahrenheit right now. It's very hot. So when I hear people talking about the cold and the snow, I'm like, ooh, can we exchange the weather? But it's not possible. So it's extremely very hot here, and you can get sweaty easily. For me, what do I do? I help people embrace positivity intentionally, because we live in a world and in a time where people can get so overwhelmed with the challenges, with the difficulties of the time and seasons. But then having somebody to coach you, to teach you on how to embrace positivity intentionally is what I do. And I also help host online events. So for anyone you have value to give, you want to make an impact for individuals or organization, you want to amplify your voice to reach out to more people through online events, I help host online events so that you can reach out to your target audience and reach out to more people. That's what I do. A fun fact about me is I love watching and playing football. Today is Saturday. I just finished watching an English Premier League match right now, and I'm looking forward to another one in the next minutes. But I'm glad to be here. I'm looking forward to connect to anyone. If you love positivity, you want to embrace positivity, you love surrounding yourself with positive people, I want to connect with you, because I believe that together we can do so much more. Together we can spread positivity to every corners of the earth, one person at a time. So that's that about me. Thank you so much. I think I'll pass the mic now to Mark if he can speak. Mark, are you there?
I am, my friend. I am.
Great.
Good to see all your wonderful faces. Apologies for being off screen. I'm struggling a little bit today, but I am here, and I thought I'd just come and say hi to these wonderful co-hosts and the wonderful audience that join us week in, week out. For those of you who don't know me, Mac Laupscher, feel free to check out my profile. You'll see me as one of the guest speakers on one of the wonderful events that Joel sets up week in, week out on this wonderful platform. But yeah, I'm excited to hear the conversation today, because the whole idea of networking here on this platform has led to some incredible conversations, but also opportunities of people that have gone on to collaborate. When I get invited to a LinkedIn Live and I find it's some of our guests in the audience or one of our co-hosts and they collaborating, it just fills my heart to see such exciting collaborations and see where these conversations go. And we've seen a lot of people that have been nervous to join us up here on stage over the years come up last minute, jump in the conversation, and then all of a sudden a few months later they've run several of their own events and gone on to impact other people's lives and gain the courage to do so, just because they came and realized that if they jump on stage here, we don't bite, and everybody is extremely welcoming and supportive in this community. So I just really wanted to leave it with that. Thank you all for being here. I look forward to having you guys next Saturday. And we'll let you know about a guest speaker that will be joining us the third Saturday of February as well. And then finally, those of you in the US, looking forward to meeting up with as many of you as possible when Joel and I adventure out that way of the world. So with that, I want to say thank you. We've got guests on the stage. I want to make sure I don't keep up their time. So Felipe, I'm going to pass the mic back to you if that's all right.
All right, Mac. Well, get some rest. Take care of yourself. You know, we always all talk about we can't do anything if we don't take care of ourselves first. And no one's going to take care of you better than you. Well, your mother might disagree. You know, our moms always say they take better care than anybody else. So with that being said, let's go to our first few guests we have on stage. Please make sure that you all know that the link is in the chat. So feel free to join us. And I just want to welcome a few people who have joined us here. Pam, thank you for joining us as well. And I think that was it for people. Did I miss somebody? No. Oh, Christy Williams, yes. And Javier, thank you for joining us. Great to see you there. So the link is in the chat. Join us up here. I'm going to go to our first guest. Is it Hadin or Hadin?
Well, my name is Hedin.
Okay, Hedin.
So try that, Felipe.
Is it
Hedin? But you are allowed to say Hedin because my name is, I am from Iceland. So David Pushkin invited me.
Wonderful. Well, any friend of David, friend of ours.
Thank you. But as I always, I just used the Riverside link, and then where is David? And then all of a sudden you started to talk about the chat and stuff.
David's in the chat. He'll come up.
Well, he will hear from me.
In the meantime, welcome from Iceland. I think you might be one of our first guests from Iceland. Please tell us, what are you doing on this Saturday? A fun fact about yourself, and who are you looking to connect with?
Well, I haven't got a clue about the connection bit, but well, I think David has mentioned Joel, so that maybe should be an obvious choice, but let's figure that out. But I am a podcaster, and I have my weekly podcast on Thursday, and it's called Inspiring Conversations. I call myself Iceland's Chief Happiness Officer because I believe in happiness at work, and I want to promote that because I think we are getting a little bit far off from the Google Sheets or Excel sheets or whatever, and like we have to get fun back to the workplace and stuff. And I'm a little bit of a nutter because I really don't like being a sourpuss. Oh, is that a bad word in English? Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I never know because when David is with me on my live sessions in podcast, he is always waiting for me to do some stupid things. Like you Americans and you English people, you always talk in abbreviations. And once I heard a guest say, well, I thought he said STDs. And I was really puzzled because I didn't know, like, how would STDs confer with the topic that we were talking about? So I stopped him and said, wait a minute, what is STDs? Why are you talking about STDs? And his face, it was just, he just like, and I realized when I connected my brain and mouth, and I was just like, oh no. When I realized that he was definitely not talking about STDs because that was a whole another discussion. So I was just like, oh, continue. But,
well, we've all been there. And I think that's, especially, look, it's not just American or different countries. It's generational. I have kids that are saying things to me. I'm like, what did you just say? And they're like, that's slang. I'm like, that was not slang. I was young. Okay, what you're saying is definitely not slang. But
well, when I use my slang, then they are just like, no, you would be canceled, and I was just like,
well, okay. I think it's about also understanding where you're coming from. If you're coming from Iceland and it's approved there, that I think people have to give you a little forgiveness and grace. And I love the topics that you have about your show. I think that's a wonderful topic. I agree that the workplace could use a little bit more human softness to it, and not so much always about just spreadsheets and data. It's a combination. You need to have that balance. So But do me a favor, put a copy of your link to your podcast in the chat so people know where to find you. All right.
Yeah, will do, will do. But fun fact is just I try to be happy. I try to smile. I try to say stuff. If the atmosphere is very like gloomy, like for instance, the world is it's like it's going to a like shithole. I'm just trying to say like, hey, what's up? We only live once, so let's smile and say this will only get better.
I love that. I think
We
great.
can't go deeper.
Yeah. Well, I think that we can learn a lot from the culture from Iceland because I think that you all definitely embrace happiness and try to find the positivity in things. And I think that's a big part of y'all's culture that I think we could learn a lot from, honestly. So thank you so much for joining us.
Oh,
And thank you for,
yeah, and I just want to mention that in Iceland now we have 39 degrees Fahrenheit. So we are like, summer is almost coming.
you're warmer than we are. That doesn't make sense. Well, I'm so glad that David Pushkin invited you. David, what are you waiting for, my friend? Come on up here and join us, you know. And with that, do any of my co-hosts want to share any comments about what was shared?
It's so great to meet you. And thank you for joining us on stage. And I'm looking forward to attending your live events.
Definitely connect with all of us on LinkedIn, okay? Let's go to
Yes,
Bill.
thank you.
Bill, welcome. Bill Rochelle, you look like you're in a Snuggie, wrapped up in a blanket of a Snuggie with a hoodie. I mean, you are like ready to like go to Alaska and go dog sledding or something. I don't know what.
I am. This is my like comfy, like Saturday cozy. Um, it's actually called a comfy. But anyway, what I want to do is first of all, I want to shout out Javier Resquitas. I asked him to join. Is he here, Felipe? Um,
He's in the comments, yes.
Good. He was on my show last week. He is looking for a job. So, you know, we want to rally around all of us that are looking. And we know this market, it's part of it's who you know. So let's all connect with him. He is a wonderful spirit. We disagree, but you know what? It's okay to disagree and still love somebody. All right. So I'm gonna leave that one there. My friend from Iceland. Uh, I I woke up this week and I said similar to what you just said. You know, wake up, hug everyone a little bit harder, walk outside, say hi to your neighbors. When you're in a grocery store, hold the door open and thank the cashier for checking you out. You know, these are things that we're forgetting to do because our lives have been so disrupted. So there is a lot of energy that's flowing in both ways, but what we can do are those little small things that make someone light up for the moment and give them hope that humanity is still there. Because I can live in despair. Well, Felipe knows. I'm not going to go into detail. We've had private conversations. Um, but I do want to do a shout out to LinkedIn and the LinkedIn community and the network because I'm doing a show tomorrow, and a woman asked if she can come on and talk about being the parent of a child with autism. And that is not my main lane. That's Aaron's lane, right? And I didn't know who would be the perfect speaker on that. And then I was like, Joel, let me ask Joel. And I was scared because everyone thinks I'm this big extrovert. I'm not. And when I reached out to Joel, he said, sure, what time? So tomorrow at 4 p.m., I am doing a show about autism and the beauty and the brilliance of the mind. And Joel will be my guest speaker, but we're featuring a woman who really wants to bring awareness to it. She wants to talk about the brilliance of her son, how she found out the diagnosis, and bring awareness to it. So it's I think it's going to be a beautiful show. I normally don't come on, Felipe, and talk about my own show.
No, that's an important topic there, Bill, and I love how the approach you're taking to it. I'm sorry, I was smiling because as you were talking about it, go back and look at Joel's face as you're talking about it, because Joel has this look of like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm sure Joel knows about it, but whenever he was working on, it was kind of like, what's he talking about? And I have no idea.
Joel, you do remember, right? Okay. Right.
He was obviously looking at something else, and I'm like, it just looked funny. So,
Yeah, that's my biggest fear, by the way, is to go live and have like none of my guests show up. I'm like, ah. So anyway, Martha, it is great seeing you. I'm so proud of you, and you keep me wanting to go forward because of all the things, all the positive things you give back to me all the time. I listen, I hear what you say, and I am happy that you're on this journey because it's a journey that you need to be on. You know, I mean, and I don't know that. I'm not saying that I think that you need to be on it. I'm saying if you're on that journey, then it's great, and you're taking the steps that you need to heal yourself. And thank you so much, Joel. I'm very excited about tomorrow.
Make sure you put a link to the event in the chat so people know where to go and they can go ahead and click attend.
So I'm going to yell at Felipe because I always send him links and he don't never click on them. I love you, Felipe. Bye.
Don't make me take those glasses and put them in some kind of like, cayenne pepper and give them back to you, because I will.
Don't forget to connect with Javier. That's really important. He needs you.
I was trying to through the chat, and which LinkedIn doesn't let you do it through the chat, so I have to go back and do it. But yeah.
Bill.
Yes.
This is Gregory calling.
Hey, Gregory.
You have two people who are on the spectrum. I want in on this.
Okay, certainly. I will give you the link. Let's start off with Joel and the mom. And then can you join like at the 30-minute mark?
What time?
My show's at 4 p.m. every Sunday. Everyone should know that. Eastern.
Okay,
Sir, yes.
I'm Central. So
I'll put the link in the chat, Gregory. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm out. You know, Felipe, I don't like to hog up your show. Love you guys.
Hey, don't do a drive-by talk and run. Hold on.
Wait, yeah, just wait, Bill, because I want to share something too. So go ahead, please.
So patient. Wow, it's like I used to. Someone accused me of being a drive-by delegator, and what they meant by that was I would drive by their desk, like, "Hey, can you do this, and walk away?" And like, I had questions, and you just ran away. You're a drive-by communicator. You communicate all this stuff, and you wanted to keep on going.
Because I always end up taking over.
Well, then just be quiet and listen to the questions. I love giving them a hard time. It's so much fun. All right. So first of all, I love all the shout outs you did, everybody. Kudos to you for that. I think that's wonderful. I love the show that you're doing with Joel. And I think Joel's a great person to talk about that from both perspectives. And I think as far as just you in general, I think anyone who has not checked out some of his shows, he does a great job. He has a wonderful show that he does with a great reach on not just LinkedIn, but on YouTube and other platforms. But with that, Martha, you had some questions you wanted to ask.
Yeah. So, Bill, I just want to say you've inspired me. I hope you know that. If you don't, I'm letting you know your shares. I read your shares. I get the emails. And that encouraged me to be vulnerable for the whole month of January. And I've shared some very personal stuff, but I want to thank you for inspiring that.
Thank you.
And Jay, I don't know if Jay's in the building, but Jay taught me about storytelling. And I told him that today in the comments, because, we're all learning from one another here. And so that's the beauty of connecting. But I also wanted to mention for any job seekers, I resigned from my job a couple months ago. And I was offered quite a few opportunities after I resigned, but I wasn't in the mental health space to say yes to anyone. And so recently I started doing volunteer work. Well, guess what? Through my volunteer initiatives, I've been getting offered, just got a speaking engagement at a rehab center. And also I've been offered a position. So now I'm just trying to see if this will align with everything. And so next week is a big week for me. But see, it's just, I put myself out there and I was vulnerable. I told them I resigned and the reason why I resigned, and it's my mental health and just the vulnerability that came out, but the doors that are opening on the other side. I mean, it just says so much. And word of mouth spreads. So
Yep.
knock on doors of people that you know and let them know, hey, I am not working right now and I'm looking for a job. Is there anything how I can support you? And guess what? They may say yes. And the opportunity may come up and you'd be like, whoa, that's a pretty big opportunity.
Yeah.
So just some food for thought for anyone that's out there job searching. I haven't been job searching, but opportunities are opening up, and they have been. And I even had a girlfriend that I met here on LinkedIn who connected me with her contacts when she needed a job. So just FYI.
Absolutely.
Adore you guys all. Okay.
And paying it forward. You know, that's why I mentioned Javier at the top of the hour before me, because to me, it's easier for me to support. It's Felipe can probably psychoanalyze me, but it's easier for me to promote Javier than for me to talk about myself.
That's a whole other show. Absolutely. So because you have, well, no, here's the thing. You have to promote yourself and you have to put yourself out there. And Bill, you're coming up here on stage and talking, so you're doing it. But I think that people like the Javier's, whoever it is, I'm right now on a job search. I've been very open and transparent. My job's going to be eliminated at the end of February. And it's due to all the cuts from USAID that my staff has been reduced by 65%. Now, I could be egotistical about it, not share it, be quiet, be private, not want to say that I don't have a job or I'm not going to have a job. But the reality is that that's not helping me. And I have a network. Why don't I tap into it? Now, here's what I want you to realize. In the past 3 days, I could be why me, or what's next. And I got on a call yesterday, or someone else is live, and they invited me up on stage. And we're talking, and they knew what happened. They're like, do you mind sharing what happened? You know, because I think it's happening to a lot of people out there. And I shared. And the host of the show said, I want to do a collaboration of people get together to really just share what connections, what opportunities we might know of to help you find a job. I'm like, well, you don't have, like, no, we want to. And it was just something that it touched me. I got a little emotional about it because I wasn't expecting it. But that's networking at its best. If you're giving, at some point, they're going to get back. If you show up, the opportunity is going to be there for you. Today, Meryl Cass this morning said, hey, there's this great thing on Clubhouse about this Rotary, and the woman who heads it up is in DC. Just thought you might find it interesting. I went to it. I talked to her. She invited me on to be part of the Rotary thing in DC. They help businesses and nonprofits with $9 million that they have right now to help. And that's something that I can get behind. And that mission and that opportunity might lead to a job. Who knows? I don't know. But at least I'm doing something that I feel valuable. And then here's where I'll end with this before I go to our commercial and then go to Gregory. There's a story out there. People of faith have heard this story before, but it's this guy's drowning. And he's like, God, please save me. Please save me. You know, I'm drowning. And a ship comes by. He goes, here, we'll help you. Like, no. I have faith in God. He'll save me. Another boat came by. He goes, here, let's help you. Like, no, God's going to save me. I have faith in God. A third boat came by. He's like, please, let us save you. He's like, no, I have faith in God. And the man drowns and goes to heaven. And he's like, God, why didn't you save me? You know, I asked you to help me. He's like, I sent you 3 signs. You didn't see them. You got to open your eyes up and look for them. I sent you 3 boats. What were you waiting for? So the point of the story is you got to look for those opportunities, and sometimes they're not obvious. They're not going to be handed to you, with a silver spoon in your mouth. You got to look for them and be curious and put yourself out there. With that being said, before we go to Gregory, thank you all of you all for joining us in this conversation. We have about a half hour left. Feel free to join us on stage. If you're not following Social Saturday Chat, do me a favor. Give us a follow on LinkedIn. And after you give us a follow, hit that little bell in the top right-hand corner of our page so you get notified of all the wonderful events and all the wonderful posts that everyone on the stage does. And then also, if you want to check out some of our past episodes, go to your favorite podcast, Apple, Spotify, and do a search for Social Saturday Chat, and you'll see some of the great events that we've covered, some of the great co-hosts that we have interviewed, and the wonderful networking events we've had. And with that being said, we are going to go to Gregory, but before we go to Gregory, Bill has something to say. Apparently, Bill.
Jesus Christ.
You're like
No,
this.
but real quick. So what I decided to do this week was a 7-day challenge for myself. And what I did was my work history is so vast, right? And it's just so much that I decided to chop it down into 3-minute segments. And I would do a live. And I would say, this is one reason why you should contact me today. And I did a different reason. Every day would be 3 reasons, right? And I would do a different reason every single day, from customer service, supply chain, to operations, to HR, to PR. Like, I'm just doing it all, right? And then I would summarize it in a little short article for it that kind of says what I'm saying in the live. And then I finalized it this week with my Friday recap of everything. And it's kind of giving me life, and people are actually responding to it. And I've gotten outreaches because I'm just like, this is why you need me.
So, Bill, if you do that again, can I make a suggestion?
I took off my headphones. Go ahead.
Okay. So if you flip that around and focus on pick an industry that you want to work in and make them think that that's where you want to be, that one industry, and then do videos of how this experience taught me how to do this in this industry. This experience taught me how to do this in this industry, and showing them how your experience will help their industry. Because right now you're showing a lot of different skills in different industries, but if you focus on one industry, I think that's going to spark a lot of leaders looking at you and saying, "Oh, look what he can do for us."
So here's what I did in the letter, and then we're throwing to Gregory. I put last week was a 30,000 foot view. This week I'm going granular. So I'm talking about an industry for that week, and so it gives me like 20 weeks worth of stuff to do. So I am going to go granular. I am going to concentrate on the customer, the contact center aspect, and how that grows, and then the operational aspect, and then the e-commerce aspect for a week for each segment, and being like a thought leader on each one, and then I'll just drill it down. But anyway.
No, and it's good. And I'm just saying that because I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, I got hospitality, I got banking, I got nonprofit. I can't go out there and say I'll do anything, because that's like when I have an interview saying, "Well, what are you looking for?" I just need a job. I want someone who knows what they want.
I actually got that interview off of that, because the company's looking for someone to come in and just fix it, and that's what I do. But anyway, enough about me. Gregory, so what do you think about me?
If you learn anything from Bill, you learn that putting yourself out there and trying new things, that's what you got to do. It's a risk, it's uncomfortable, but you need to do it. That's the way that you're going to stand out. Otherwise, you're in a sea of millions of other people just waiting for the same thing. All right, Gregory, you've been more than patient. Thank you so much. Do me a favor. I don't know if it's just me. Well, actually, you know what? You're fine, actually. All right, so with that being said, Gregory, what are you doing on this Saturday? Tell us a fun fact about yourself, and who are you looking to connect with? Over to you.
By the way, let's get some happy year of birth salutations out in the way, Martha. Happy year of birth.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday. That's right.
Are we going club hopping tonight?
Oh man, no, I no, not, what's cozy now? It's just watching Teddy and watching TV and being warm.
Okay.
Because I get cold now.
Okay. So those days are long.
I'm a boring old lady now.
long overdue and stuff. Okay. My name is Gregory Liverpool from Winnipeg, Manitoba, where the feel like temperature for my American friends who are majority of the who are American here believes who run on the Fahrenheit scale is a minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit on the Fahrenheit scale, which is basically minus 30 on the Celsius scale for people for my Canadian brothers and sisters and UK and my UK friends and stuff. 6 years in HR, my main goal is to basically get at least 3 or 5 recommendations on my LinkedIn profile. So if you love my HR content, give me a recommendation on for me to post on my LinkedIn profile du jour and stuff, and that will get me from point A to point B. That's like one of my attainable goals type of thing. I would like to say happy Black History Month, which is going to be coming up in less 12 hours and 15 minutes away from now. So I'd like to say to all my Black brothers and sisters who are connected to on my corresponding network. And I will say that we just had our first podcast event this past Thursday, and it was basically a dream talking about a whole wild range of HR related issues. It is up in the ether space of this platform. Just have to basically search for it on my name, and you will find the breadcrumbs du jour on that type of situation. And fun fact for me is I basically spilled the tea in the first LinkedIn live audio event with Melissa Houston that I am a staunch WWE fan. This is Royal Rumble Day in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, which starts at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central Time, right at this Chorus Juncture. And we're on the road to WrestleMania in Sin City, Las Vegas, which will be happening in the later months of April. So so we're on the road to WrestleMania, and again, Royal Rumble for people in the in America, that's on ESPN. For the rest of the globe, that is on Netflix. So yeah, so come on, and come all, and cheer on your favorite WWE superstar talent in the 30 men and 30 women Royal Rumble matches and stuff, and their spin-off matches du jour: AJ Styles versus Gunther, and Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre, and CM Punk is defending his World Heavyweight title, but I do not know who he is fighting against. So yeah.
Thank you for sharing all those great details about the Royal Rumble there, and appreciate that. Anyone who was wrestling fans, I used to watch the Royal Rumble and WWF when it was WWF back then in the day. But Gregory, do me a favor, put a link to your podcast in the comments so people can follow you and check out your podcast. Does anybody have any questions for Gregory from our co-host?
Gregory, thank you so much for joining us every Saturday and coming up and just sharing your own experience with, job search, HR, and overall how you're feeling, because it allows us to get to know you better. So thank you for coming, and I'm looking forward to following you on your podcast. That's good to know.
It was a dream start. I will say it was an hour. We could have gone 2 hours easily, but we're having frank discussions in terms of all things HR, and from different point of views. I'm not the only one who is carrying the neurodiversity type of mantle on the podcast. I have a person by name of Catherine who is a neurodiverse advisor per se, and we are basically clicking. We basically clicked very, very immensely, and the rest of the following people and stuff. So yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Don't forget to link in the
Thank you.
comments. All right. Before we go to Jade, Zion, Joel, any comments? Just want to check in with you all real quick. You good? All right. Jay, tell us what you're
See
doing
you
on this wonderful Saturday.
tomorrow afternoon, Bill.
Jay, tell us what you're doing on this Saturday, a fun fact about yourself, and who you're looking to connect with. Over to you.
Thank you, Felipe. I just actually have a question for Gregory, if I may.
Sure, shoot. I was sure. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
No
And
problem. And don't forget about the Super Bowl. Don't forget about the Super Bowl.
That's a week later. I'm focusing on 1 week at a time here. So yeah.
No, that's cool. That's cool. So since we're talking about networking, so what is your number one networking tip, and how has networking impacted your job search?
Wow. Holy crow. That's in the words of your hockey team, the Boston Bruins, that's the Zdeno Chara slap shot from the point, basically. I will say this. How I fostered and nurtured my networking is basically through the old school, and Felipe will know this, Martha might know this, Dave might know this, Zion might know this, through the old school LinkedIn live audio events, and being basically a thorn in a lot of hosts' side of basically keep on showing up to those events and stuff, and basically improving my network on the platform per se, which basically branches it out to some major content producing and stuff, which basically garnered last year basically almost 43,000 impressions in a audience size of over around 12,500 members on the platform. So they give me basically good credibility. I will say I'm probably in my local city. I'm probably I will say one of the handful of people in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada know how to fully utilize the platform du jour in how it is intended and stuff. And in terms of growing that, putting out content on hopefully on a regular basis and stuff, and basically interact as much as humanly possible with different types of people on this particular platform and stuff. Because I will say, especially in terms of job search, thank you for giving me this give me this the plug that there is a local CPHR Manitoba HR related job search symposium type of conference, and one of the things that that is missing, and I will use Hollywood lingo, is basically talked about or left on the cutting room floor, is basically LinkedIn composition and LinkedIn prep in terms of a good profile. Because a resume Felipe might attest to this, and too bad that Mark is not here to join us for this event, for this episode of the Social Saturday chat here. But a resume can get you so far, but a good LinkedIn profile can get you that much farther. In terms of, I will say, in regards to Super Bowl, a resume might get you as far as the 20-yard line. The remaining 20, or I will say a good resume could get you around the 35-yard line, but a good LinkedIn profile will get you the rest of that 30 to 35 yards that you need to score a touchdown in that regard and stuff. So
yeah, I would say LinkedIn is working for you when you're sleeping. So that's a great point you make there.
Yeah.
We do need to get to the other guests on stage, but did that help, Jay?
Yes, very much so. Thank you, Gregory, for answering my question. I really appreciate that. And good luck to the team.
Welcome.
Yeah, so my name is Jay. I'm coming from Central Massachusetts. One fun fact about me is I'm a big superhero and science fiction fan. And I love to collaborate with people who who are either neurodiverse, have chronic illnesses, or can resonate with me. And one networking tip that I would like to share is like nowadays, because one networking tip I would like to share is that when you're networking with anyone, if you are connecting, uh always leave a note to the person you're connecting with, or always check to see if the person that wants to connect with you has a note saying that um I saw that you attended this event. I would like to connect with you. And that's just an example of a networking tip that I have, because now we're living in the AI bot world today. So that's really important, because there's a lot of people, not just on LinkedIn, but like on any social media platform, who are interested in connecting with you, but you don't know anything about them. You don't know where they're from. You don't know how you know them, and it's very easy to fall into the trap. So that's just a tip that I have. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Jay. That was a beautiful tip. And I think it's, you definitely resonate with people. I mean, Jameson said he's a sci-fi fan for life. And I am too. I mean, look, I'm watching Star Trek Academy on Paramount. I watched the horrible version of Wonder Man they did. They did a horrible job of that. But Daredevil, Born Again, season 2 is coming out. So again, all these sci-fi things, whether it's sci-fi, Marvel, whether it's football, whether it's wrestling, whether it's cooking, neurodiversity, we all have things that we can find connections with. That's one of the powerful things about networking is finding that common ground that maybe you didn't know that person had in common with you, because sometimes we look at someone on face value and assume, and you don't want to assume. We all know what that means. If you take assume and circle the 3 words, you make an ass out of you and me. If you need a visual of that, send me a DM. I'll send you the visual. And Jameson said Doctor Who. There you had it. Shut out there. But Zion, Joel, Martha, any comments on Jay's share?
Sorry, my brain is gone.
Is that your entire share? Your brain is gone?
Hey, my brain is gone. I had one and it went.
Oh
Look,
no!
Go find your brain, Martha. How's your brain?
Let me go find it. I'll be right back.
Happy birthday, Martha.
Maybe Bailey
Oh,
ate it.
thanks,
Okay.
Jay. Jay, thank you so much. And Jay really articulates things really nicely. Like the way you express yourself, Jay. Just want you to know that. I actually really enjoy hearing you speak, even the way you write. Yeah, because that's something that's one of my weakness is my writing and the way I speak.
I'll be your
So
teacher. I'll be your teacher.
you're really good. You are really good at that. Just want you to know.
Thank you. Thank you.
But the networking part, the importance of coming here, and networking, making friends. And I know, Jay, you had an event not long ago with a couple people that you connected with through networking. So
I actually had a podcast episode today at 4:00 with a person who has like chronic illness, and she wears like a nasal cannula on her face because
ooh,
she has some either respiratory issue, but she has her own like podcast show,
Oh my
and
goodness.
I'm gonna be the guest speaker today at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
And
If you,
talking
Put,
about
put it in the
my
chat.
yes.
Put the link in
I'll
the chat.
surely drop it in the chat for sure.
Thank
All right.
you. I'm
Yes,
glad you said that.
yes,
Thank you, Jay. I
yes.
want to go in.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna be talking about, my syndrome, what is the nature of it. I'm just gonna be talking about some of the things that I enjoy doing while, I live with this illness. But, I'm also going to talk about how, the ability to network hasn't stopped. The ability to network, I'm just I am going to mention that my 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 disabled portion hasn't stopped me from networking with new people that I've always wanted to resonate with. And that's really important.
You prove that every day by showing up the way you do, Jay. So you're a great example, and I know you're inspiring a lot of people out there. All right, I know we only have a few minutes left, and we have our LinkedIn radio voice, David Pushkin. David, thank you for inviting your friend up. Thank you for joining us. What are you doing on this wonderful Saturday? Tell us a fun fact about yourself, and who are you looking to connect with, my friend?
Happy Saturday, everybody. I'm just chilling with my feet up, sending networking things to people. Glad my friend Kevin came. If everybody hasn't connected with him, please connect with him. He's an awesome human being. We have a monthly catch up, and it's amazing. For friends and patrons and people who do not know me, David Pushkin, public sector servant for over 20 plus years. Fun fact about me: if you have a conversation with me, it's going to probably be high energy, probably encouraging, and there might be some humor in there. But I'm probably just doing way too much. Who am I looking to connect with? Anyone in the neurodiversity space? I see some great people on stage already. Anyone who's a disabled professional, as I'm somebody who's visually impaired. I'm always looking to connect with people, get on podcasts, hear other people's shares and whatnot. Anyone who's looking for voiceover work, something I'm dabbling with. And if you're just looking for a conversation and looking to be encouraged, I am your human. Just come and say hello. Just come and say hello. You never know where a conversation is going to go. It all starts with that first step. Come and say hello. Happy Saturday, all. Stay encouraged. I appreciate everybody so much.
David, I wish David would do an audiobook of like the Lord of the Rings. I could just listen to him read a book all day long. His voice has just got that amazing, just soft, just it pulls you in. It makes you feel like a warm hug almost. But thank you, David. And if you're not following David, check him out. He does do so much out there for people in the neurodiverse space. He does a lot with, working on just technology to help people with challenges to have accessibility a little bit easier for everybody. So if that resonates with you, definitely connect with David. We are at the hour mark, so I'm going to go around the room with our co-host. Let's share our last thoughts about networking, what they have coming up. We are going to be back next Saturday. Don't forget. As a reminder, if you're not following us on our LinkedIn homepage, do me a favor, give us a follow there. And hit that little bell in the top right-hand corner so you get notified of all the events that we do, not just the Saturday events. And as far as I'm concerned, I have some events coming up on Monday. I do have the Workplace Wellness Hour. We're going to be talking about job hugging, and that's going to be with with Simona Jetty and Ashley Llewellyn, and we'll be there at 8 p.m. And so feel free to join us there. And then, of course, I'll be back here next Saturday with this amazing crew. My last thoughts about networking is this: put yourself out there and mix it up. Don't just network virtually. Find those opportunities to network in person. You get different benefits from doing both. And the more visible you are, the more you put yourself out there, the more opportunities you're going to have and see. But you miss 100% of the shots you don't make. So if you don't try, you're never going to make it. So try it, go at your own pace, but do it. Martha, final thoughts and anything coming up?
Yeah, thank you so much, Felipe. I love the share that you said earlier today about the gentleman that said he was waiting for God to come and save him. And as you were sharing that, I was thinking about like movement You know, we want these opportunities to come, but we have to move. We must move, and we must knock on the doors. And it's sometimes it's a scary feeling, but it's a confident booster too. As I've been just hearing the shares, and it's like we're sharing online a lot, but sometimes not everyone is on LinkedIn. Not everyone is viewing, especially the directors, the CEOs, the VPs of companies. They're not always online. So you take the initiative and say, I'm confident, I'm a go-getter, and I'm going to go knock on these doors. And I promise you, someone's going to say yes. I really mean that. Sometimes not even intentionally, you may just, I'm just been doing volunteer work and doors are opening. And so, you know, and as long I'm sharing my story and doors are opening. So I really believe that doors will open if you're just yourself. I mean, be you, walk in as you. If you want to go in person, be bold, go do it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this week ahead because it's a pretty big week for me. Um, and what I have coming up, I have to make a decision tonight because I did say out loud that I was going to start my YouTube channel. And I am a little nervous about that because it's going to be under my name and sharing kind of like I appreciate Tom really encouraged me to share the walking, my daily walks, what I do, and showing the views and stuff. So shout out to Tom. uh, and this is the part that I love about community because everyone here motivates me, and I hope that I do the same to you. And I didn't share a fun fact, but I'm going to be going to the mall with Teddy and my son today. I'm taking the stroller, and you know, because I have to put Teddy somewhere because he's, you know, yeah, he might be wanting to destroy things. But yeah, he's going to be in a stroller, so I'll probably take a video of that later, okay? I'll see you guys later. Thank you for joining us too. Pass it over
Joel?
back to you.
Joel, what do you have coming up? Oh, you telling Billy to shush?
Well, he wasn't in that last week, so that I would say is an improvement. I'm currently editing my latest video for my YouTube channel, and now I can actually reveal who it was. I actually was so hard to get hold of, and that's the if for those of you who are of the right age here, and in the audience, in the late 80s, early 90s, you would remember a British band called Thunder, and my next video is an interview with the lead singer.
Wow, that's awesome. So when does that drop?
Well, it's only me editing it, so unless anyone wants to help to actually facilitate the editing faster, then it will drop way sooner.
All right. Well, that's exciting, man. That's very exciting. I can't wait to check that out. That's amazing. You made that connection. So check out Joel's and put the link in the comments, or make sure you post about it so people can check it out. Want to just give a shout out to everyone who's joined us. Tom, Colin, yes, I did see your message about extending Social Saturday Chat longer. If we have more people on stage, we'll extend it. If you all want us to, and you have questions and you come up on stage, we'll extend it. But if there's no one coming up on stage, we're going to end on the hour as we promised, because we want to respect people's time. But if you all come up here, we'll keep on going. Justice, thank you for joining us. And everyone else, I love the conversations. I love the support. I love the camaraderie. Yes, Kenny, tennis. There are other sports besides tennis, Kenny. All right? I'm just telling you. Here's where you can network. Try other sports, and you would network with a whole different crowd of people outside of tennis. Just try it, Kenny. Just try it. Kenny and I have this whole thing about tennis and golf, y'all, in case you don't know. All right. Well, with that being said, everyone, do me a favor. Remember the 5 things I always tell myself. Remember to stay confident, curious, grateful, compassionate, and tenacious. All right. Have a great Saturday, everyone. See you next week. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon. Adios, everyone.
Bye, everybody.